Hi! So today we're doing two looks using one palette, of course. So I'm going to be testing the Melt Cosmetics new 420 palette. I love it. Honestly, I'm really obsessed with it. For me, this is the first ever eyeshadow palette I've used from Melt. As a brand, I haven't really used them. I think I just have a highlighter from them, to be fair, and I'm obsessed with that. So yeah, I wanted to get this palette because first of all, the tones are just so nice. Like, I'm obsessed with the colour story in that. Like, I really like yellowy, dirty golds at the moment. I don't know what it is. I'm just like really obsessed with those tones right now. So obviously it's still quite warm toned, but it's still kind of got some cool colours in here, and they're kind of like greens, and I don't really have that many green palettes. So I've heard good things about Melt because I've heard good things about their like stacked eyeshadow. So I wanted to try one of the eyeshadow palettes. It was pricey, okay? It was pretty expensive, so I thought it'd be useful maybe to do a video testing it to see if it's worth the money. I really like the palette. I think it's worth it. It's really good, and I think sometimes when eyeshadows are really expensive, they can be worth it if like the quality is just like beautiful, because it speeds up your process of blending eyeshadow. Both of these eye looks really didn't take long because the eyeshadows are so good. So I've obviously done two looks. This is the first one. We've gone for a nice kind of gold. So I've used every single colour between both of the looks. I've done one obviously with the more kind of grungy ones. That's the first look, and then the second look is this one here. So let me know which one you like more, if you like the more grungy one or you like this one. Honestly, I feel like this is more of a wearable one for me, obviously, but I feel like I really like the grungy one that I did as well. So yeah, let me know which one you prefer, if you tried this palette or if you tried Melt in general. Let me know what you think of them. I love that the eyeshadows actually have like the marijuana leaf like imprinted on them. It's great. Oh, I've also done the full face, just kind of done a voiceover for this video because I don't want it to be too long, but I also wanted to just include the rest of the face, so I've popped that in the video as well. Everything that I've used is in the description as always. I will shut up now and we can get on with the video. So if you want to see these two looks, then subscribe if you want to. If you don't, that's okay. Grab your beverage. Mine is obviously finished. Give the video a thumbs up and just keep watching. Okay, so we're starting off with the P.Louise eyeshadow base, as I always do for any eye look. Then I'm taking the shade Hash, and I'm just using this to kind of just put over the eye primer and just put it basically everywhere. Then I'm taking the shade Dank, which is kind of like a nice cool tone brown, and I just took a kind of flat eyeshadow brush and I just popped this all over the lid just as a base, and I kind of like patted it down. Then I'm going back in with Hash, which is what I used first, and I'm using this kind of on the inner part of the eye because I want it to be kind of like a light to dark smoky eye situation, if that makes sense. Then I'm just using the shade Faded, which is one of the lighter greens, and I'm just using this to blend into the crease. And then I'm going in with the darker shade, which is Roll It. I literally love these names, they're so funny. But yeah, this is the kind of dark brown, it's like a dark chocolate brown, and I just kind of patted that all over from the kind of center of my lid outwards, and then I just went back in with that green shade, but I put some of the yellow in, which is Shotgun. It's like the greeny yellow actually. And that's pretty much it for the eye look. I then just used a Colourpop liner. I used Fast Lane, which is a green eyeliner. And that's it. It's literally such an easy eye look to do. And then just curled my lashes and popped the mascara on by Revolution. And that's it. So moving on to the face, I used the e.l.f. Puff Puff primer. It's the hemp primer. I really like it. It's super moisturizing. Then I used the IT Cosmetics CC cream. It's actually really full coverage, so I did go in with a sponge when I used this. Then for concealer, I used the Inika, still don't know how you say this brand, but I'm obsessed with this concealer, I really like it. So I used the shade Medium in this and just blended that out. Then just popped on my powder. I used my Beauty Bakerie flower powder, my fave. Then I just patted it away with my brush, and then I just did the lower lash line, so I just popped on literally one of the brown shades from, oh no, I used two, never mind. I used the kind of lighter one to kind of blend out the darker one. That's what I did. Now I remember. So I used the darker one like closer to the lash line and then just buffed it out with the other one. Then finishing up the face, I used my Soleil Bronzer, which is the Baked Bronzer by Milani. And then I wanted to contour as well, so I used the Silky Matte Bronzer. I think the shade is Sun-Kissed. Not 100% sure, but I'll leave it in the description box anyway. And then I used one of my favourite blushes, which is by Essence. It's their Matte Touch blush. And then I used the In-Nude-Endo highlight palette from Colourpop. And I just used the gold shade, which is the middle one on the top row. And then for the lips, I used the Jeffree Celebrity Skin liquid lipstick, and then used Fortune Cookie from NYX. So that's the first one, so straight into the second look. Prime the eyes again with the P.Louise base, and then we're doing the nice bronzy one. So I took the main shade for this look is literally Blunt, which is the dark brown. So I just used that and just literally put that in the outer corner, and as you can see I'm like winging it out because I wanted it to be kind of like a cat eye situation with this one. Then I went back in with a clean brush and just kind of blended all of the crease, and then I went back in with Blunt again just to kind of re-intensify it, but I just wanted to keep blending it out as well. Then I took the yellow, which is called Wax. It's just the bright yellow, and used that so it just kind of looks kind of soft and blown out. Then I went in with the other brown, which is Full Melt, and that's more of like a warmy orangey brown, I'd say, and I just used that in the crease. As you can see, you can literally see what I'm doing. It's not that hard. Then I went in with the only shimmer shade in the palette, but I actually really love it. It's called Shatter, I think. And I just popped that all over the lid. I used a brush. I didn't actually wet it, so still need to try it wet, but it was really nice. It was quite glittery as well. And then I just popped on a bit of Blunt, I think, or was it Dank? One of the two shades. Then face makeup time, I used the Glass Primer from Revolution, and then I used the Zoeva Authentic Skin Foundation, and that was a really nice combo, those two together. Very, very dewy, as we can see. Then I used the Pretty Fresh concealer from Colourpop. Then I set it with the Maybelline Fit Me Loose powder in light medium, and then just brush that away, as I always do with my brush. Then for the lower lash line, I mixed two shades together. I wanted something a bit green as well, so I used Faded mixed in with Blunt and just buffed that on the lower lash line. And then I used the Ticket to Brazil bronzer from Wet n Wild just to bronze up the skin, and then I used the Raisin blush from Ofra. It kind of looks like toasted cinnamon. I kind of like the vibes. Then I set the face with the Wet n Wild setting spray, and then added a Barry M highlight on top. And then for the lips, I used the e.l.f. matte lipstick in Coffee. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you tried the palette as well, let me know. Or if you want it, I actually love it. I'm obsessed with it. So thank you again so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next video.